Hey guys, today we got the third and final part of the eBay Joblot series. So today we have this 3060 build that we have salvaged parts from the first two parts if you'd like to check those out. So today we're going for a more blackout build with this AIO that we got here. And we have SSDs pre-installed into the motherboard, and we got blackout RAM. So we're gonna install those real quick and we're gonna get back and talk about the case. So RAM is installed now, and we got this Ryzen 5 5500. Can't really see it, but it is a 5500X, actually, X version, which is pretty fast. And should be way overkill for an AIO, but it doesn't really matter since, you know, go big or go home, am I right? Installed. So, we got this big ass tube of thermal paste. MX4, but we will not be using because I want to finish this tube of TF7, which I've used in my previous videos before. We have this H105 cooler AIO that is pretty old from Corsair, but it should do the job. So we're gonna unbox it right now. The box is pretty damaged because I think the glue's just run dry and not working anymore. But here is the instruction manuals. We got the fans that I cleaned a while ago. Pretty clean, no RGB, should look really good in my build. The water block / pump, which has got the red on it, which I think is interchangeable. You just pop it off here. I don't know. I'll read the manual later. Brackets and stuff. Splitter cable. And now we have the radiator with no damage to them, which is pretty nice. It's dusty as hell though, so I'm gonna have to clean this out. I don't know if you can see that. That is grimy, goddamn. Whew. So here we got the star of the show. The case, which I got off Amazon for £40, which is also wood grain. I'm not sure if it's real wood or not. And it's saying right here, I might see it right now, so let's unbox it. Already cut open. The package did come a bit damaged, but it should be fine as long as nothing inside is broken. Looks good so far. Ta-da! So here we have the PCZZOI Woodgrain case, which you can see. Oh, I'll put a picture of it up here, and maybe some full screen. Well, from first looks, it is not looking great. The front panel is off. It's broken here. Not broken. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Oh, fuck. Well, you can see that as a cheap case because it's missing this little hinge bit for the fish tank. Not fish tank, for the glass door. Aside from the fact that this is missing a hinge, it's not much to criticize because it comes with a fully top mashed out front top. And it comes with 4 blackout fans. This front panel is you can take it out. Actually no, 3 fans. One missing here at the bottom. This switch it here to the back. You can see that it's already pre-cable managed and there's no crazy annoying proprietary fan header or fan hub. And it's got pretty sufficient front I/O with 3 USB and 2 jacks. So it's pretty great, but it's kind of broken, so don't know what to say about that. But let's move on to some installation and stuff. So I was just trying to find the hinge, right? And the bag that it came with, it comes with a lot of screws, which is great because there's plenty of motherboard screws and fan screws, which sometimes you can't really find, and a PCIe cover to compensate if you broke one of the wrong breakaway PCIe covers, which I find great. There's a lot of zip ties for cable management as well, but I can't find the actual hinge itself, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. to try and push screw. Nope, doesn't fit. I'll figure something out, and now we'll actually move on to the installation. But now we're just gonna install the motherboard and everything nice. So we got the motherboard here. Doesn't have this cooler, but it does have paste on it, as you can see. So we're gonna put this in while tilted in because I am not good enough at installing motherboards to do this vertically. So let's switch the camera angle. Before I forget, I'm gonna install the IO shield back here. Now the motherboard actually goes in. This is a pretty long motherboard, so let's try and fit this through. Motherboard secured. Let's put in the radiator, which is recently been cleaned. Now is a good time to point out I've decided to put the fan orientation as a push-pull on the radiators because some of the professional overclockers or cooling experts out there have decided that it lowers temperatures by like 1 or 2 degrees, which is pretty great. So might as well put the fans in that orientation, am I right? You don't see the fans right now, but you will see them, and don't question them because they are in different orientations because there's 2 fans because there's a 240mm AIO. Radiator installed, water blocks installed. Now it's just the fans. So I actually cannot be asked to install it upside down on camera, so I'm just gonna flip it here. I'm gonna boop, boop, boom. My editing is great, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So everything is mostly in, and we have our GPU, which is going to be the 4060 by MSI Ventus, 2x black. It looks pretty good, not dusty. Actually kind of dusty. Well, we grabbed this out of the other build in part 2 of our series, and now we're going to install this into this machine. Fully black as well, which fits the vibe, so let's do this. One thing I want to talk about is that the breakaway bracket and the thing that holds the GPU in place is actually the vertical mount, which is pretty cool because you can use the vertical mount to close in the GPU. So I just wanted to point that out. PSU arrived a bit behind schedule, but here we have the CX650 from Corsair, which is B on the PSU tier list, so it is supposed to handle pretty good components. So we're gonna slot that in here real quick, and we're gonna do some installation. Now that PSU's in, let's do some cable inserting, starting with this motherboard. Now that almost everything's plugged in, we're still waiting for the adapter for the USB 3.2 because the clearance on the thing doesn't fit. We're going to start some minor cable management, starting with our bigger cables, and putting these big clumpy cables inside the volume compartment. The adapter just came in for the USB 3.2 to like 3.0, something like that. So we're gonna plug this in through the back in front of the motherboard, and we're gonna route it through back. Cable management finished. Now that everything is, well, yeah, ready for selling and packaging, I can finally peel off this outside film, and you can see the very obvious ring light and camera over here. But let's do this. Oh. Whew, that is satisfying. So now that we're finished with the build, and I know that it works, let's roll some benchmarks and let's do some final videos. Here are the benchmarks. I don't actually have the benchmarking software CapFrame because it's kind of broken right now and I'm not sure what to do about it. So you get the frame rates and that's it.
and not really much going on because you can't see much of the other stacks, but yeah, be happy with what you get. Enough about rambling on about the benchmarking software. We are getting around 150 FPS on max, like 120 on like lows, and it's running pretty well. I'm pretty sure this is max settings, or like the highest it can be, but all things considered, this is playable. Now we're on Siege, Rainbow Six Siege. I don't actually play this game, so I've just decided to hop into like a benchmarking session that they have built into the application. So here we're just running, and we have the result page right here. So pause if you'd like to see. We're probably going to be integrating some of the Cinebench and other softwares and stuff into benchmarking, so you can more accurately see the results. So watch the next video if you want to see that. But here are all the benchmarks for now. So yeah, analyze this all you want. So the final pictures and videos are coming up right now. So yeah, just drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more builds like these. And all my builds are available in my description on my link tree. So yeah, see you next time.